The world you see is not the cause of your life. It's the mirror of your identity. What if I told you that everything you see in your life right now is not real? Your struggles, your failures, even the opportunities you believe you missed. They are not the true cause of your reality. They are only the reflection of something much deeper, something most people will never discover. Imagine this: two people, born in the same city, raised in the same neighborhood, with the same education. One of them seems to live under a sky of endless opportunities, doors open effortlessly, people admire them, money flows. The other, constantly fighting invisible battles, pushing against walls that never move, watching every dream slip away. How is this possible? Luck, destiny, karma, some hidden strategy the successful ones never share? No. The truth is far more disturbing and far more powerful. Because what you are seeing every single day is not the world. It is a mirror that never lies. And until you understand how it works, you will remain trapped in a reflection that does not belong to you. Most people walk through life convinced that reality is fixed. They wake up, look at their circumstances, and assume those circumstances are the unshakable truth. If there is scarcity in their bank account, they say, "This is just how the world is." If their relationships fail, they mutter, "Love was never meant for me." If they feel small, trapped or powerless, they shrug and whisper, "That's life." But what if reality is not solid at all? What if it is nothing more than a projection, an echo of something invisible? The false belief, reality as cause. Here lies the great problem of humanity, the belief that the external world is the cause and the inner world is the effect. We think, "I am anxious because the world is dangerous. I am poor because the economy is collapsing. I am unhappy because people around me are cruel." This reversal of truth is the very foundation of suffering, because the more you stare at the external world as cause, the more powerless you become. And the more powerless you feel, the more you surrender your freedom to forces that never truly controlled you. It is like watching shadows on a wall and believing they are the source of light. The prison of objectivity. Science, culture, and tradition have drilled into us the idea that reality is objective, outside, separate from us, that we are observers, small beings at the mercy of a giant, indifferent universe. But this belief creates a prison, because if reality is truly objective, then you cannot change it. You can only endure it. Think about the weight of that. A man suffering from scarcity believes that unless the external economy shifts, he will forever remain poor. A woman trapped in loneliness believes that unless someone out there chooses her, she will forever remain unloved. A dreamer with visions of greatness believes that unless luck intervenes, their dreams will forever remain out of reach. This belief is poison. It kills hope. It convinces you that nothing you do matters. The endless struggle. And yet, billions fight every day to escape this prison by manipulating effects instead of causes. They exhaust themselves chasing opportunities, working longer hours, begging for approval, twisting themselves into shapes they do not recognize. A man hates his job, so he changes companies. At first he feels relief, but soon the same frustrations appear, the same conflicts, the same emptiness. Why? Because the external move never changed the inner vibration. A woman feels unworthy, so she fills her life with possessions to prove otherwise. She buys clothes, cars, houses, yet every night she lies awake with the same gnawing emptiness inside. Why? Because no purchase can cover the wound of belief. A young dreamer wants to succeed. They read book after book, take course after course, mimic strategy after strategy. But no matter what they try, they keep hitting invisible walls. Why? Because they are trying to manipulate the reflection, not the projector. The futility of external fixes. This is why the self-help industry often fails. Strategies, techniques, productivity hacks. They all attempt to adjust the outside. But if reality is a projection, if it is nothing but the echo of your inner frequency, then all these external manipulations are futile. It is like standing in front of a movie screen, hating the scene you see, and trying to change it by scratching the screen. The image might blur, but the projector will keep casting the same picture. This is the tragedy of billions. They scratch the screen of life, never realizing the projector is within them, the illusion of control. Even worse, people cling to the illusion of control. They believe that if they push hard enough, force strong enough, hustle long enough, they will bend reality. But force applied to the wrong layer only multiplies suffering. A person forcing wealth without changing their vibration creates more stress, more scarcity, more loss. A person forcing love without changing their self-image creates more rejection, more heartbreak, more despair. A person forcing power without changing their consciousness creates more conflict, more enemies, more downfall. This is why empires collapse, why relationships shatter, why fortunes vanish. The foundation was never inner transformation. It was outer manipulation. The deeper problem, and here lies the cruel twist, the more you try to change the external world as cause, the more it reflects back your powerlessness. You say, "I cannot be happy until the world changes." And so the world reflects your unhappiness. You say, "I cannot feel safe until circumstances improve." And so the world reflects your fear. You say, "I cannot succeed until luck finds me." And so the world reflects your failure. The mirror of reality is merciless. It gives you exactly what you declare, even when you declare it unconsciously. The story of struggle. Let us paint a vivid picture. There is a man named Raphael. He despises his poverty. He works 3 jobs, sleeps 4 hours a night, sacrifices his health, his relationships, his joy. Every payday he feels relief, but almost immediately accidents happen. Unexpected bills, broken machines, emergencies. Money flows out faster than it flows in. And Raphael mutters, "This is my curse. This is my destiny." But destiny had nothing to do with it. The projector inside Raphael was set to scarcity, and reality faithfully obeyed. Now imagine Sophia. She longs for love. She dresses to impress, forces smiles, scrolls endlessly through dating apps. She meets people, but the connections never last. Why? Because deep inside, Sophia carries the belief, "I am not enough." And so reality, loyal as ever, confirms her conviction again and again. Different names, different stories, same prison, same illusion, the suspense. So we must ask, if external strategies cannot save us, if effort, force, and manipulation all fail, if reality keeps reflecting the same pain no matter how much we scratch the screen, then what is the real cause of our suffering? Where does reality truly begin? The answer is closer than you think. It is not outside you. It is not in the hands of others. It is not in destiny, karma, or luck. The answer is within, and when you see it, everything changes. We have reached the turning point. Until now, we have uncovered the problem. Humanity is trapped in the illusion that the external world is the cause. People scratch at the screen, manipulate the shadows, and exhaust themselves in a battle they can never win. They believe reality is fixed, objective, unchangeable. But here is the revelation, simple, shocking, and inescapable. Reality is not solid. Reality is a projection, and the projector is your own consciousness. Reality as vibration. Everything in the universe is vibration. Science confirms it, mysticism whispers it, and experience proves it. From the densest stone to the most fleeting thought, everything is energy vibrating at specific frequencies. This includes you. Your thoughts are vibrations, your emotions are vibrations, your beliefs are vibrations. And here is the key. The vibration you emit is not isolated. It interacts with the field of reality itself, shaping the experiences, people, and circumstances that appear in your life. You are not a spectator of reality. You are a transmitter, and the frequency you send out determines the movie you watch. Consciousness as the projector. Think of consciousness as the projector in a theater. The film playing is your belief system, your assumptions, your inner convictions. The external world, the screen, is only the reflection of that film. Change the film, and the screen must change. Refuse to change the film, and no matter how much you scratch the screen, the picture will remain the same. This is the principle most people ignore. They keep trying to rearrange the reflection without touching the real inside the projector. And so they remain trapped in endless repetition of the same scenes: poverty, rejection, failure, fear. But the truth is mercilessly simple. What you hold in consciousness, reality reflects. Belief as blueprint. Every experience you face begins as belief. If you carry the conviction, "I am unlucky," the vibration of that belief radiates outward. Reality, obedient and neutral, arranges itself to confirm it. If you carry the conviction, "I am unworthy of love," the vibration radiates outward. Reality, neutral as always, arranges encounters, rejections, and heartbreaks to confirm it. If you carry the conviction, "I am abundant, capable, worthy," the vibration radiates outward. Reality, still neutral, reflects opportunities, synchronicities, and breakthroughs to confirm it. The universe is not biased. It is not emotional. It is not moral. It does not decide what you deserve. It simply mirrors the vibration you emit. The invisible law. This law is silent but absolute. Just as gravity pulls a stone to the ground regardless of whether you believe in it, the law of vibration responds to your consciousness regardless of whether you understand it. This is why denial does not work. You can say, "I am fine," while vibrating despair. The vibration, not the words, is what reality reflects. This is why effort alone does not work. You can hustle endlessly, but if your vibration is scarcity, every effort will lead to more scarcity. This is why strategies often fail. You can memorize every technique, but if your vibration is fear, the outcome will always circle back to fear. Reality responds not to appearances, but to essence. Not to words, but to vibration. Not to effort, but to consciousness. The awakening. This is the revelation. You are the source. The power you have been searching for in books, gurus, systems, governments, or gods has always been inside you. It has always been in your consciousness. This realization is both terrifying and liberating. Terrifying because it strips away excuses. You can no longer blame fate, destiny, or circumstance. Every reflection in your life was first projected from you. Liberating, because it means you are not powerless. You are not condemned to repeat old patterns. You are not chained to the past. By altering your vibration, you can alter the very fabric of reality. The prison door was never locked. You only needed to realize that you were the one holding it shut. A vivid example of transformation. Consider Anna. For years, she carried the belief, "I am invisible." She walked through life unnoticed, overlooked at work, ignored in conversations, abandoned in relationships. She tried everything: new jobs, new friends, new lovers, but the result was always the same. One day, Anna encounters the truth. Life is a projection. At first, she resists. "How can this be my doing? I didn't ask to be invisible. People simply don't see me." But slowly, she experiments. She begins to notice her posture, her voice, her vibration. She sees how often she avoids eye contact, how she silences herself, how she radiates the belief that she does not deserve attention. And so Anna dares to change. She creates a new declaration: "I am seen. I am worthy of recognition." At first, the external world resists. The old reflection still lingers, but Anna persists, shifting her inner vibration daily. Weeks later, something begins to shift. A colleague acknowledges her contribution. A friend listens with new interest. Even strangers start to greet her differently. Did the world change, or did Anna change the vibration she was projecting? The answer is clear. Reality simply reflected her new frequency. The trap of waiting now. Here is where most people fail. They hear this revelation, they get inspired, and then they wait. They say, "I'll believe in abundance when I see it. I'll feel worthy when someone loves me. I'll feel powerful when circumstances improve." But this is the reverse cycle, the very trap that keeps them enslaved. Reality does not reflect proof, it reflects belief. If you wait for the reflection to change before altering your vibration, you will wait forever, because the reflection cannot shift until the projector shifts first. The courage to believe first. This is why transformation requires courage. You must dare to believe in abundance even while the bills pile up. You must dare to feel love within, even while loneliness surrounds you. You must dare to radiate confidence, even while rejection stares you in the face. Because the moment you shift your vibration, reality has no choice but to rearrange. The reflection may lag. It may take time for the physical world to align, but it will align with mathematical certainty. Faith is not waiting for evidence. Faith is choosing the vibration before the evidence appears, breaking the spell. And so the spell of the external world begins to break. You realize that circumstances are not chains, they are mirrors. You realize that failure is not destiny, it is feedback. You realize that rejection is not truth, it is reflection. And with every realization, your prison crumbles. The walls dissolve, the doors swing open, because reality was never against you. Reality was always neutral, waiting faithfully to mirror whatever vibration you dared to project. The transition. So let us pause again. We have uncovered the problem, the illusion that the external world is cause. We have revealed the truth. Consciousness is the projector and reality is the reflection. Now, the question is no longer, why is my life this way? The question becomes, how do I project a new vibration into the field of reality? And that is where we must go next, because knowing the revelation is not enough. You must know how to apply it, how to alter the film, shift the frequency, and consciously design the reflection you desire. That is the next step. So far, the truth has been revealed. Reality is not fixed. It is not solid. It is not an external force dictating your destiny. Reality is a reflection, a projection of your own consciousness vibrating into the field of existence. But knowing this is not enough. If you stop here, you will leave with inspiration, but no transformation. The reflection will remain the same because the projector inside you has not shifted. The real question is, how do you project a new image, a new vibration, a new reflection into reality? There are 4 secrets. They are not complicated. They are not mystical rituals reserved for the chosen few. They are simple, but they require courage, patience, and discipline. Let us uncover them one by one. Secret 1, conscious projection. Most people project unconsciously. They define themselves by their circumstances. They look at scarcity and declare, "I am poor." They look at rejection and declare, "I am unworthy." They look at failure and declare, "I am destined to lose." This unconscious projection is the root of their suffering. The first secret is to flip the cycle. Instead of letting the reflection define you, you must decide who you are before the reflection shows it. This requires conscious projection. Ask yourself, who must I become to live the life I desire? Not what do I want to have, not what do I want to do, but who do I want to be? Do you want wealth? Then project the identity of someone who attracts abundance naturally. Do you want love? Then project the identity of someone who radiates worthiness and presence. Do you want freedom? Then project the identity of someone who is already limitless inside. This is not pretending, this is designing. You are no longer a slave to circumstances. You are the architect of the inner image, and reality, faithful as always, will reflect it back. Secret 2. The patience of the gardener. Here lies the greatest stumbling block. When you shift your vibration, reality does not always shift instantly. There is a gap between cause and effect, between planting and harvest. And in this gap, most people give up. They project abundance for a week, see no change, and collapse back into scarcity. They affirm worthiness for a month, still feel lonely, and sink back into despair. They vibrate possibility for a season, hit an obstacle, and declare, "This doesn't work." This is like a gardener planting a seed and digging it up the next day to check if it has grown. Such a gardener will never taste fruit. The second secret is to embody patience. The patience of the gardener who trusts the unseen. When you shift your vibration, the field of reality begins to rearrange. Circumstances must bend. Opportunities must align. But the physical world is dense. It takes time for energy to crystallize into form. The key is to hold the new vibration faithfully, even when the reflection has not caught up. Especially when the reflection has not caught up, because in that gap lies the test. Those who endure the waiting inherit the harvest. Those who give up return to the prison. Secret 3. The power of directed focus. The third secret is simple, yet brutally misunderstood. Reality does not reflect the emotion of your thoughts. It reflects the content of your focus. If you say, "I hate being broke," reality hears only one vibration: broke. If you say, "I'm tired of being alone," reality hears only one vibration: alone. If you say, "I can't stand this job," reality hears only one vibration: this job. The field does not care about the emotion attached. It reflects the object of your focus. This is why so many people stay trapped. They obsess over what they don't want. They replay failures in their minds. They talk endlessly about problems. They magnify their wounds. And reality, neutral and obedient, gives them more of the same. The key is to redirect your focus deliberately. Instead of, "I hate being broke," declare, "I am becoming a magnet for abundance." Instead of, "I'm tired of being alone," declare, "I radiate love and love surrounds me." Instead of, "I can't stand this job," declare, "I am preparing for opportunities that inspire me." The words matter less than the vibration. By focusing on what you desire, you tune your frequency to it. And the mirror of reality has no choice but to reflect it. Secret 4. Escaping the reverse cycle. Here lies the most dangerous trap, the reverse cycle of creation. Most people live like this. 1. They observe their current circumstances. 2. They form an identity based on those circumstances. 3. That identity projects into the field. 4. The field reflects it back as more of the same. 5. They take the reflection as proof that their identity is real. Round and round they go, trapped forever. The poor man says, "I am poor because I see poverty." The lonely woman says, "I am unlovable because I see rejection." The powerless dreamer says, "I am destined to fail because I see failure." But the truth is the opposite. They see these reflections because they already believed them. The fourth secret is to break this cycle, to stop letting today's reflection define tomorrow's identity. You must dare to hold the identity of abundance even while surrounded by scarcity. You must dare to hold the identity of love even while surrounded by loneliness. You must dare to hold the identity of power even while surrounded by defeat. The reflection may resist. The old vibration may linger. But if you persist, Reality must eventually bend, because the field is faithful. It always reflects the last frequency you project, pulling it together. So these are the 4 secrets. 1. Conscious projection. Decide who you are before the reflection confirms it. 2. Patience of the gardener. Trust the unseen, endure the gap, and refuse to dig up the seed. 3. Directed focus. Stop obsessing over what you hate and tune your vibration to what you desire. 4. Escape the reverse cycle. Refuse to let today's reflection dictate tomorrow's identity. Together, these secrets form the foundation of conscious creation. They are not theories, they are practices. And the moment you begin to live them, the reflection must shift. The transition. So pause now and let this sink in. Your life is not a fixed script. It is not a punishment. It is not fate. It is a mirror, waiting to reflect the vibration you dare to project. The only question that remains is, will you apply these secrets? Because knowing them is not enough. Reading them, agreeing with them, even feeling inspired by them, none of that changes the reflection. Only practice does. Only projection does. Only courage does. And if you choose it, then the final step awaits, the awakening. The moment when you stop being a victim of circumstances and become the conscious creator of your reality. That is where we go next. You have walked through the problem. You have seen the illusion. You have received the revelation and uncovered the secrets. Now everything narrows down to this moment. This is not just another video. This is not just another idea to store away in the clutter of your mind. This is a mirror placed directly in front of you, asking one question: what image will you choose to project from this moment on? The crossroads. Every human being reaches a crossroads. On one path lies comfort, the old reflection, familiar, heavy, predictable. On the other path lies awakening, the courage to take responsibility for the projection you send into reality. Most will choose comfort. They will nod at these words, feel inspired for a moment, and then go back to scratching the screen, trying to change reflections with force. They will continue to suffer, not because they are cursed, but because they refuse to believe they hold the key. But a few, perhaps you, will choose differently. You will realize that the external world has no power unless you give it power. You will feel the trembling in your chest as you accept the terrifying truth. If my life is to change, I must change my vibration first. That is the beginning of true freedom. The urgency of now, do not wait. Waiting is another vibration, and the reflection of waiting is endless delay. Do not say, "I'll try this when the time is right." The time will never be right because reality will mirror your hesitation. Do not say, "I'll shift when I see proof." Proof will never appear because the mirror reflects only what you already project. Do not say, "I'll start small and maybe one day I'll change." Change is not gradual at its root. Change happens the moment you decide to project a new identity. The urgency is now, this very second, because in this instant you are projecting. The mirror is recording, and what you choose to vibrate in this moment will echo into the next, and the next, and the next. The future is being written now, not out there, but inside you. The awakening. And so, the call to awakening is this: stop being a victim of reflections and become the creator of projections. You are not poor. You are projecting scarcity. You are not unloved. You are projecting unworthiness. You are not powerless. You are projecting limitation. And the moment you decide otherwise, the mirror will respond. Slowly at first, then faster, then overwhelmingly. Until one day, you will look around and realize the reflection you see is no longer the prison of yesterday. It is the freedom of today. Awakening is not a mystical event. It is not reserved for saints or gurus. Awakening is a choice, and that choice is available to you now, anchoring the decision. But here is the danger. Inspiration fades. Within hours, the mind returns to old patterns, old stories, old vibrations. The mirror resumes reflecting them, and the cycle begins again. That is why you must anchor the decision, right here, right now, before this video ends. Do not leave this as just another idea. Declare it, embody it, anchor it with action. And here is how. 1. Subscribe to this channel. Not as a passive click, but as a commitment. Every video here is a reflection of growth, a reminder of the truth you now hold. By subscribing, you surround yourself with vibrations that pull you forward instead of back. 2. Comment below. Write the new image you choose to project. Put it into words. Declare it to the world. Do not hide. The act of writing is the act of projection. It signals to your consciousness that you are no longer the old version. You are the new identity being born. 3. Turn on the notification bell. Because transformation is not a single step. It is a daily alignment. The next video, the next principle, might be the missing key that locks everything into place for you. Don't let distractions steal it away. These actions may seem small, but they are symbolic. They are physical expressions of the new vibration you are choosing. They anchor the awakening into your life. The final question. And now we return to the mirror. It stands before you, silent, faithful, unyielding. It will not argue, it will not bargain, it will not wait. It will reflect. The only choice is yours. Will you continue to project the same old vibrations, scarcity, fear, unworthiness, and see them echoed back? Or will you dare to project abundance, love, power, and watch reality bend to it? The mirror is waiting, the field is listening. Your future is already leaning toward the frequency you choose now. The closing impact. So I leave you with this. Reality never lies. It only reflects. The question is not whether the mirror works. It always works. The question is not whether you have the power. You always had it. The question is simply this: what image will you choose to project now?